Hi everyone, welcome to Deb Simple Life. So today I'm making shredded chicken. I do this in a crock pot and it's something that I do on a fairly regular basis, probably every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how much we use. I use it in a lot of quick recipes that we do, whether I put some in salads, I use it in soups. I also make chicken salad, so there's just lots of different recipes, ways we use that. So let me go ahead and get started. Here I have about 3 pounds of chicken breast, and I'm just going to take them. I'm going to place them in the crock pot. Make sure you have, there's plenty of room in my crock pot. I'm not sure what size this is, but it seems like a normal size crock pot. Position them, however, so they all fit on the bottom. They fit nicely. Go ahead and move this over to the sink. Wash my hands quickly. Sanitize and wipe out. I always have that ready. Chicken when you're working with chicken. All right. It's some on the outside of this, so just to make sure anyone's gonna touch. Okay. So once you have it in the crock pot, I am going to go ahead and add some seasoning. Well, actually, you know what? You add about a cup and a half. You just want to cover the bottom. You're not trying to cover the entire chicken. This is just, and if you have your own, by all means. I don't make my own broth, but certainly I understand if you do. It's what I understand. It's so delicious. So I just kind of pour it in there, and I look. I think I do have about a cup and a half here. I'm just going to finish this off because and so it's not covering the chicken, but it's about halfway up the chicken. Just set that there. All right, and then we're going to add our seasonings. I do that so that the seasonings don't get, I don't wash them off with the chicken broth. Now, some people pour it in their hands and then do it, make sure they don't. And I sometimes regret doing this, but this is just kosher salt. And I'm just going to make sure each chicken gets a coating of that. Chicken needs a lot of seasoning. So then I'm gonna use black pepper. And again, I'm just covering each chicken breast. Now some people, when they make it, they just do salt and that's it. But I pretty much season almost everything I season. I use these same seasonings, and so I just season it right from the start when I'm making the shredded chicken. Onion powder, and then garlic powder. And that is it. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cover this and turn it on. I always have my glasses to see if it's dark on dark. And I'm going to turn it on low. And so I'll let that sit for, I have 4 chicken breasts, 3 pounds in there. So it's probably going to be 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. And once it's cooked, it's just, you can tell, just go in, leave it alone for a while. Don't let it all get heated. But, when you get to that 4.5, 5 hour mark, go in and you can just check and see if it pulls apart. And once you can pull it apart easily, you know it's cooked. And then I take it out and shred it all up and bag some of it. And I can set some aside for whatever I'm doing in that day or the next day. So I'm going to be doing some recipes with shredded chicken, and I'll be sharing those soon. Okay, so I took my chicken out of the crock pot probably about 20 minutes ago. It had been in there. It cooked for 2 o'clock, so 5 hours. And it varies, 4 to 6 hours, depending on how much you have in there and how big your chicken breasts are. But mine were done. I just went in with a fork and they twisted easily. I will tell you that about midway through, I did go in and flip them over, because you have half the chicken in broth, and so I did flip them over just for even cooking, and it finishes in a timely manner. So now I have 4 bags set up because I'm going to freeze this for future meals. Then I'm going to go ahead and shred this, and 1 chicken breast per bag. So it's about 4 meals, depending on how we use it. And I'll just go ahead and show you real quick how I do that with one of them. Sit here for all of them, but just to finish out. So you can do a fork and rip it up. Some people, I've heard people who do like their hand mixer in their crock pot. I find I like the texture best and the control of the size by just using my hands to tear it up. So I just go in, tear it up. It's pretty simple. And right now it's been 20 minutes and it's still a little warm to the touch, but it's not hot. Very easy to work with. And I prefer this because I control the seasoning. I do like to buy a roasted chicken. It's convenient, but I hate picking all the chicken off the bones. And when I do this, it's simply so much easier. And I get a lot. I'm controlling I'm doing chicken breast, controlling my quality of your chicken. So I just really found this so helpful. It's such a time saver. Whatever you're doing, you're like, oh, I have shredded chicken. And so much you can do with that. But you would be surprised. I'm just going to show you this. I think this was one of the smaller chicken breasts. And look at that's so much meat. It's so much more than people realize. So let me go ahead and wash my hands. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up all the bags. But I'll just show you one. So just take the chicken. Get it in there. So once you get it in there, let's take this out of the way so you can see. Just kind of flatten it out for space in the freezer. And then I just kind of squeeze out the air as much as I can. I will tell you, I don't freeze this I've never had this in the freezer more than, a month because we just rotate. I'm always replenishing my shredded chicken. So I probably do this in the crock pot maybe once every 3 weeks. More often if I use more, like we have a family thing and I use a few packages for one meal. We have a big family. I have 4 boys and lots of grandchildren, so we have quite a big family. So that's how it looks. It's just shredded chicken in a bag. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to finish this up and put it all in the freezer. And I hope you find this helpful.